Hi, I'm Kristen Dauber. I'm a senior on the University of Akron dance team, and this is a day in the life of me. I'm a communications major with a minor in marketing, and I've been in Akron for 4 years since I started school. And I chose Akron because when I just visited campus, I just felt at home and like I belonged here. I'm from Warren, Ohio, and growing up, dance was a huge part of my life. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. That's when I first was enrolled in a dance class, and I danced all the way through high school. I competed and I danced at a studio, and I danced on my high school's dance team. So dance has been a huge part of my life. When I was first looking at schools, a dance team wasn't a priority for me in choosing a school. It was more of an afterthought. Once I was accepted to the school and once I figured out I wanted to come here, then I started inquiring about the team. So it wasn't really a big factor in my decision. So we all have to be full-time students to be on the dance team. I have about 5 classes, and along with extracurriculars and a job, so balancing all can get a little crazy sometimes. It's very difficult to balance dance and school in a social life. We do all home football games, all home men's and women's basketball games, as well as any community events we also do and practices, so it does get a lot, especially during the spring when basketball's in full swing, and also our national season. So we have practices pretty much every day in the spring to lead up to nationals and to prepare for that competition. So it does get kind of tricky, but I think I do a pretty good job of balancing it all out. So we have 16 girls, and we're split up into 3 groups, divided as evenly as it can be. So we have 2 games on and then 1 game off to give a break, so every single girl doesn't have to be at every single game, especially during basketball season. We can have up to 4 games a week plus practices, so we can get pretty tired, so that's why we do rotations, so we're not all at every single game. So when I don't have dance or don't have anything for school, I like to really relax because I don't have a lot of free time. So I like to write a lot. I like to watch Netflix, just hang out by myself, hang out with my roommates, my friends. Yeah, practices and game days are pretty different. So on game days, we don't really practice. It's just we get there, we run our dances a couple times, not full out or anything, just in the locker room to prepare for what dance we're doing at that game. But for practices, we usually come in, we warm up, we stretch, we condition, we do technique, we go over dances that we're gonna do or learn new choreography, and then at this time of year during the spring, we also go over and review our nationals routine. So practices are pretty packed. On game days, it really depends on what time the game is. A lot of times we have games after class, so I have to go to class, come home real quick, get ready, change, eat, and then I go right to games, and I'm there pretty much for the rest of the night. If we have a game on a weekend, I'll usually wake up, get ready, eat breakfast, and go to the game. We practice a little bit before the game, like an hour before, and then dance at the game, and then we're free for the rest of the day. It is kind of nerve-wracking sometimes on game days when you go out, especially if it's a big game. You definitely feel the nerves, and sometimes we learn routines the morning that we have to perform them, so it's kind of nerve-wracking to get out there and perform a dance that you just learned. I'm Kristen Dauber, and this is a day in the life of me.